Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Visual Radio here on Yes 101. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Hashni Patirana.
I'm Joad Abdin, and we start off with a look at your headlines.
Newsfirst headline.
Making headlines in local news, Sri Lanka honoured with UN Award for Mangrove Ecosystem Restoration. Sri Lanka Navy inks vital nuclear security pact with US administration. In international news, new airstrip at Agalega Island in Mauritius, jointly inaugurated by PM Modi. And in sports, criteria should be fitness and performance, not age, says Mushfiqur Rahim.
And now taking a look at your local news in detail. Sri Lanka has been lauded with the prestigious World Restoration Flagship Award by the United Nations Environment Programme for its remarkable efforts in rejuvenating mangrove ecosystems. Now the announcement was made during the 6th session of the United Nations Environment Assembly, emphasizing Sri Lanka's pivotal role in pioneering effective solutions for ecosystem revitalization, crucial to sustaining both lives and livelihoods nationwide. At the UNEA 6th conference held at the headquarters of the United Nations Environment Programme in Nairobi, Kenya, Senior Advisor to the President on Climate Change, Ruwan Wijewardena, represented the country.
Now bringing you more news from home. It's news from the Sri Lanka Navy. Now the Sri Lanka Navy signed a memorandum of understanding with the US National Nuclear Security Administration at the Navy headquarters on Wednesday. Now the MOU was signed in the presence of US Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Julie Chung, and the commander of the Sri Lanka Navy, Vice Admiral Priyantha Pereira. Now, the Memorandum of Understanding addressed bilateral cooperation to detect and interdict illicit trafficking in special nuclear material and other radioactive material through technical and methodological cooperation, including the installation and improvement of technical systems for the detection and identification of such material at border crossing control points of the Democratic Social Republic of Sri Lanka. And I believe, Hashini, you have some international news rather coming from India. We'll get to that in a little while as well.
International news.
Yes, Jwad, on international news, we have bilateral relations strengthening in between India and Mauritius this time, where Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi jointly inaugurated the new airstrip at the Agalega Island with his Mauritian counterpart Pravind Jugnauth today by video conferencing. Now, St. James Jetty, along with 6 community development projects, was also inaugurated. These projects will fulfill the demand for better connectivity between mainland Mauritius and Agalega. This comes just a few weeks after the launch of UPI and RuPay card services in Mauritius by the two leaders, further strengthening the development partnership between the two countries. And on to Jwad for the sports news we have today.
Sports news.
Is now making you headlines and news in sports, bringing you that news in detail. Some controversy in Bangladesh. Now, Mushfiqur Rahim has hit back at the criticism of Bangladesh's senior cricketers, saying great team performances in T20 cricket require experienced hands as much as they do the fearlessness of the youth. Now, Mushfiqur pointed towards the success of Fortune Barishal, who beat Rangpur Riders in the second qualifier to make it to the final of BPL 2024. Now, apart from Mushfiqur, Barishal have 2 more players older than 35 in Mahmudullah and Shoaib Malik, and all 3 have chipped in with important contributions during the season.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of Visual Radio here on Yes 101. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Hashni Patirana.
I'm Joad Abdin.
Thank you for watching.